Okay, so today I'm going to show you when and how to change a chain on a 12-speed Sram Eagle drivetrain. You need some very simple tools. One is a chain measuring tool, which is pretty simple. It just basically measures the length between chain links. The second one is one of these little pliers, calipers, whatever you want to call them, to squeeze and stretch the chain when you take it on and off. The chain breaker tool in case you need to take some links out. And of course, you need a new chain. I have a SRAM GX drivetrain, but I'm going to go with the XO1 chain from what I've read and tests I've read, and I kind of stayed up late a few nights trying to figure out which chain to get. These seem to be the longest lasting ones. They last about as long as the XX ones, but I picked them up for about $85 instead of the $120 that the XX1 costs. You don't get the cool colors. You don't get rainbow or gold, but I'm trying to keep spending to a minimum for consumables like the chain. So let's get started. First off, what you want to do is figure out if you need to change your chain. Pretty simple. What you do is you take your little measuring tool and put it really anywhere, and if it drops in, then you need to change it. And you can see that on this one it comfortably fits in. It's stretched enough that it needs to be changed. Thankfully, that's a 0.5 mark. The 0.75 doesn't fit, so that means it hasn't stretched enough to damage the drivetrain. And that's the main issue with worn chains, is that once they start wearing, they start rounding down all these teeth here and all the cogs. And if you've looked at the price of a 12-speed cassette lately, you will know that replacing the chain in time is a much smarter investment than wearing out your entire cassette and spending hundreds of dollars changing all of this. So now that I know I need to change it, I need to take this one off. And for that, what you need is you need to figure out where your master link is. And the master link is the one that kind of, it's a cheater link where you don't actually have to break the chain. You can just kind of snap it open. And it's shaped a little bit differently from all the other links. So what you do is you follow it along, normal. And you see it's kind of a bit fatter than a regular link. And I'm trying to, oh, there it is. See, it's a little bit bigger. It's kind of a bean shaped instead of this like figure 8 shape. Once you've found your link, your master link, what you do is you put your tool in between, push it together, that squeezes the link and separates your chain. The next thing you want to figure out is how many links your chain has. Different configurations, different cassette size, chain ring size, the chainstay length, all of these will affect the number of links that your chain needs to be for everything to work perfectly. For that, all you do is you drop it into the handy little tool. I'm just going to triple check, make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you push the pin out. And that's all you do. Just kind of push the pin through. And that's 10 links shorter. Sram and I believe Shimano as well, what they make are narrow wide chains and chain rings and cogs, which means one tooth is thick, the other one is thin, thick, thin, thick, thin. So there's a way for the chain to go on as well. You see that the space in one of the links here. I'll show you this one. You'll see that there's more space, less space, more space, less space. So you actually have to line it up properly with the chain ring and the cassette. Okay, so first I'm going to put it around the derailleur, and it's just like every other cog, is that it's narrow wide, so it only goes on one way. You put it inside the cage here, and you put it around the other jockey wheel. And that seems to be falling into place nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just pull it through, and then I'll use the crank to pull it all through. I'm actually getting the bike to do quite a bit of the work for me. There you go. And from here on, it's a fairly simple matter of putting the master link in. The master link is actually directional. There's a little arrow on it. It tells you the right way and the wrong way. There's a little arrow, so make sure that that lines up with the direction that you want the chain to be traveling in. Even just pull it tight, so you'll feel it clip into place. I just want to make sure that the backside is all good too. Yeah, it's good. So sometimes you can either do that, or what some people do is they just stand on the pedal. Or I'm going to, because I have the tool, I'm going to see if I can. There we go. That's it. It's clipped into place. And that's it. Really pretty simple. This ensures that your bike will be running smooth and you're not putting any extra wear on your drivetrain, because I'd rather be replacing a chain every 6 months or a year than all of these expensive components. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be back with more trail and tech tips later.